Hello everybody, welcome to our official second game of this semi-finals. And on the south side of Crossroads, this time playing as the Soviets, it is of course Devon.
And we've got the captain of chaos, the chief purveyor of calamity, and the master of disaster in the north. It's VonIvan playing as his lauded Mobidef.
Yep, instant pick on commanders there, not holding anything back. If anyone's been catching VonIvan streaming recently, you'll know how proficient he is at using this doctrine. DevM used it in the last game to great effect as well. Are there any other doctrines that exist for Oster?
Not that I recall. I believe that when this game was first released, it was one of the reasons people weren't quick to pick it up. It has become a great RTS, but Wehrmacht only actually released with one commander, and it was mobile defense. I think Relic was short on budget, and they just decided, we'll make one that makes no sense. We'll make a commander that is about defending on the move. That is not a military principle. It doesn't exist. And this commander makes no sense as well. It's got Ostrupen, which are like Hungarian, Romanian soldiers or something. Pumas, really advanced scout car. Command tank, even though there's no tanks to command. Panzer tactician smoke, and counter-attack tactics, which is defending in a mobile way, I guess. Anyway, let's talk about DevM a little bit. DevM believes he has the counter to VonIvan's Mobidef build, the unbeatable build, and he built this up over the month of May. Many people may have watched the games on VonIvan's stream where DevM mercilessly stream sniped him continuously. And VonIvan welcomes that, by the way. And at first, DevM could not counter the mobile defense commander. It wasn't happening, Dan. And then over time, DevM thought, you know what, screw it. Out comes the sniper, and he just started to use the sniper after that patch, and from that point onwards, the dynamic shifted. It was no longer about VonIvan countering, DevM countering VonIvan. It became about VonIvan countering the DevM sniper. And
it's a really interesting start game. I mean, Vaughn is reacting to this immediately by hiding his units beside cover positions. He's got a Pioneer that's going south, looking maybe for some kind of flank. DevM's micro on the sniper has to be insane, because this is a huge investment at the start to only go in with 2 engineers and the sniper. But here's the penal battalion, and things might start to change.
You're in a lot of luck, because DevM is insane. He's insane in the membrane, insane in his name as well. It's in the name itself. His micro... It is indeed. And that Grenadier's going to be lucky, you know. The penal battalion's got sight here. Oh, he's lucky, I tell you. That scoped Mosin-Nagant rifle was ready for him. And as I say, the dynamic here is not... It used to be DevM has to counter mobile defense, but over the month of May, it literally shifted. It's all about trying to counter DevM's sniper. And like I said, it's that old Marks and Spencer advert, Dan. You know, this isn't just food. This is M&S food. This isn't just a sniper. This is a DevM sniper. It's not hyperbole. It's not bias casting. It's just he's that damn good at using that unit. Probably isn't hyperbole, and there is a little bit of bias.
Well, let's actually just to have a little bit more on DevM strategy here. So we all know that with Soviets, when you build the tier, units are quite slow to come out in the field. So the double engineers are a great way of him actually getting the capping going, whilst actually having this high damage output from the sniper. But also, to go on top of that, they provide good recon. They provide good sight range, which the sniper is then able to make use of, and stay safe, I think, importantly. One thing he doesn't have, though, is that he's not going to have a snare for any light vehicles with this at the moment, which I think is a really interesting point for when that does come on the field.
So, the interesting... Dan, I suppose it's not interesting, it's kind of funny. Guess what counters the sniper in the mobile defense build? You'll never guess.
It's not the Puma ability,
yeah,
is it?
It's the Puma.
Yeah, I'll never guess. I know exactly what that is, and it's a really cheeky, counter. I like it.
But it's just silly. It's after that MG buff to all the hull gunners and the turret gunners. They target infantry independently now, so they're always like rat-a-tatting away, and the Puma actually counters the sniper.
Well, out of interest, the Puma ability, so I remember this was changed a long time ago. It used to have aim shot, and aim shot used to be able to target the individual model, and it used, do you know what I mean? And then that was fixed, but I distinctly remember that when it was inverted commas fixed, it still targeted infantry. So is that still a thing?
I'm not too sure on the ramifications of that particular element. I've just watched.
Interesting to know, because I know
literally
that there was a
hunting for
period
snipers.
that wasn't fixed. Oh, and Vaughn, sorry,
You're on
DevM
about
has.
the aim shot, by the way.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Oh, nice mine here, by the way. Devon's got a very aggressive mine. Now, the
It
aim
has been
shot, I
seen.
think, it was for the specific to OKW now. So I wouldn't worry too much about
Oh,
it.
is it not on the austere Puma?
No.
I see. I see.
So there's a very aggressive mine there on that northern road.
It was, but it was
that-
seen. VonIvan saw that as he came around the corner of the Grens. I think Devon actually missed that.
What the hell? It's 6 minutes in and this sniper just paid for itself. He's literally averaging a shot every 30 seconds, and he wasn't on the battlefield for the first 2 minutes. Or what, minute and a half, rather. So it's been on the battlefield for 4.5 minutes, and he's gotten 13 kills. What the hell? This is just crazy talk.
You see the way he's still dodging the rifle grenades from Vaughn as well.
Oh, it's just silly. And, penal, sorry, guards infantry with their, they haven't been upgraded yet though, so that'll explain why that grenadier survived. VonIvan does now have the 220 out on the field, just to annoy the German fans out there. I've got a chihuahua barking at me, Dan. I mean, we're watching Company of Heroes. It's a hype semi-final. Shut up. Just sit there expectantly. There's better things in life. It's not all walkies and etc. Anyway, the 222s are on the field, pushing away the combat engineers. MG's in a good position to set up. This might be what VonIvan needs now. He's suffered a little bit of manpower damage and a little bit of victory point loss. But when this Mobadeth build starts rolling, it can really gain traction. And VonIvan certainly has survived thus far.
He's surviving, but when we look at like what the mid game is going to look like. By the way, good rifle grenade there. Devon is paying attention, and Scout Car I think was maybe looking to run forward, but good. It's lovely having guards in the center. I mean, how safe is that sniper with the guards there? They've got the button ability as well, so that's Scout Car can't push.
His clanmate do that a lot yesterday, didn't we? And they've got very similar play styles, obviously being clanmates, etc. So it's all about getting your penal battalion, your guard in front of the sniper, from what I can see. It's like a very advanced meat shield. Nice from the guards, good PTRS rounds go in. The T-70's on the warpath. What's protecting it now, Dan?
Well, I'm actually just really impressed at the speed of the T-70 that's come out in comparison with the other games. When we're talking about counters towards this particular strategy, this looks like it's working really, really well. In fact, VonIvan's going to have to get the AT gun out.
Oh my god, there's a one-man grenadier in base. Will he go in? Oh...
I don't know, I think it's risky. I think at this level, I think it's risky to push too far without minesweeping. Devon has got the second engineers, but he hasn't got the minesweepers up yet. Losing that T-70 would just be the end of his counter, so...
Oh!
Molotov!
No, grenade on retreat. Poorly timed. The gunner got the kill.
That was quite brutal for Vaughn. Lost a grenadier, lost an MG, which he's reclaimed, and had lost the map control. So.
Devon's really good at Company Heroes.
Yeah, he is.
Loveness beat him last year, though. That was a happy moment for many fans of the game.
Resounding.
Yeah, it's resounding, wasn't it? 4.50. Because Devon somehow managed to bug splat on an ESL computer.
It doesn't matter what hardware you give it, it will always bug splat. It's probably the speed or something that he uses.
The input commands.
Maybe he like micros in a way that the computer can't handle the input data. I don't know.
yeah. I mean, the reason Dan and I have started to have a little bit of a jest is because right now, DevM is looking monstrous, just like Talisman was in that other semi-final. Which Dan is quite exciting because we're not even halfway through today's events. So we've got a third place playoff that's best of 3, and then we've got a best of 5 final. High Colours says in chat, do you promise this year will be okay? Sound will be okay. Well, in the live event, we have a dedicated sound technician and a dedicated producer, and Stormless himself that has an audio degree.
1 second, A. There's a decisive push coming in as the T70 goes up for the scout car. Taking a lot of hits, but no telemine. Devon picks a good line. And just another... It feels like a nail in the coffin.
And, sorry, now we've just seen DevM continue with his warpath. I'll just continue my point. It's also in one of the most lauded music studios in Europe. So if the audio sound quality isn't good this year, I will kill myself, and that's a promise. No, I won't. I will quit the game. I'll just be like, yeah, that's it. GG. I'm joking.
Oh, this is risky from DevM. He was trying to get the MG there. Will the AT gun get another shot? It does, but it leaves it on very little health. And engineers are straight on the command to repair that vehicle. DevM is on the ball. It was a good move from VonIvan, but he's just not been lucky enough to get it. And actually getting that would have been the comeback he needed.
Yeah,
I guess we're expecting the Puma to come out.
We're all expecting it, but he's currently manpower starved. Thanks to, that's right, he's manpower starved thanks to these combat engineers. They've got 2 kills. They've been at the devil on the battlefield. It's all about the combat engineer meta. No, I'm joking, of course.
26 kill sniper is very, very impressive. For 12 minutes into the game, it's more than 2 kills per minute. Like, wow. But Puma on the field. Puma, and let's see what the Puma can do.
I get the distinct impression that once DevM thought he countered mobile defense, he kind of just stopped sniping VonIvan. Once he believed he got the counter, he's like, yep, okay, we're ready to go. GCS2, here we come. So that's the new meta, boys. DevM sniper, can you counter it? He can counter mobile defense, can you counter his sniper? It's how the meta's evolving. Here comes the Puma. VonIvan's trying to get back into this. Let's give him credit where credit is due. He's a master of comebacks. Puma gets a rear shot in. We've got a sniper on a mine, that's bad. We've got a guard squad waiting for the Puma.
Just couldn't make that final push to get the last hit off. He's been very, very unlucky against the T70 there. But penal battalions putting a lot of pressure on the MG. And, doesn't want to get that Puma too close to the penal battalions. Actually, they don't have the
the upgrade.
Okay.
No, they do not.
Okay. They
do not have the targeted satchel upgrade. It's the other guys that have that. But that was a nice push by VonIvan. He's managed to capture this fuel point and this victory point. Quite frankly, keeping him in the game right now. He's got 2 MGs set up. He's got this Pack 40 in a perfect position. Saying that though, DevM is now ready for the next wave in his wave assault program. He's got the mechanized armor company up, and he's starting to hoard fuel.
Oh, will DevM get this snipe? No, it's terrible sniping. Terrible sniping. Years of training, veterancy. All amounts to nothing.
For those that watched the Battlefield 5 trailer and noted the distinct lack of historical authenticity as a British steampunk partisan with a prosthetic female soldier went into action. This is a true war hero right now. Her name's Olga. She's Russian. She's badass. 30 kills and counting. There you go. And these are the true female heroes of World War II. And this is very well represented by Devon right now. That's a true female hero.
I really don't feel like... Oh, did you see that? DevM there taking a model down off of the Pioneers as they looked like they were going for the MG. That would have meant that VonIvan would have lost a squad. So, and VonIvan was so quick to counter that. Nice grenade on the AT gun. That's going to go down.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
nice.
DevM's wiping squads in the north with the T-70. This is brutality at its best.
It is indeed. The snipers gaining traction and continuing the warpath. Puma's trying to protect the pack. Combat engineer in a difficult position, but here comes the cavalry. 76mm coming to finish the game off with a great shot there. I don't do it when I want.
I wonder if he's going to go into the base. No, he tried to make the ground attack.
This is a novel. He's gone for another Puma. Hurrah for the call-in method.
You need something.
I don't think he's destroy the pack 40 years. Another shot on that will be dead. Especially now the Puma's missed. Devon's going to calculate he's got time. T-70's offering a bit of distraction. Fausted T-70 though.
I think that was unnecessary. And he's going to lose the T-70 for that. That was the pickup that the VonIvan needed. Has he got enough?
Gonna rush in. This could be big. Both Pumas could rush in and take out the T-34 now. And he could recrew the pack 40.
This is the penal battalion I was looking for before with the satchel snare. They are around to help, and I think probably unwise of him to do that with to make that push with the penal battalion there. Oh, look at this Devon. He wants to keep that sniper alive, but the Puma. Look at the pintle.
There you go. The counter.
Pintle, the MG.
It's dead. Did you hear the Puma's
I
line?
did. That's a dead sniper.
That's a great line. And he did indeed. She was a hero. We all remember her. Olga, rest in peace. Minute 2 to minute 16. 40 kills. Now there's bits of you all over the battlefield.
I just gotta say, I mean, moments like that make you realise like the kind of quality that's gone into the aesthetics and the atmosphere of Company of Heroes. The fact that they all have these corresponding voice lines to what they kill, how they kill them.
What's this? Devon's is click the ability though. You click the call on, Devon will click the skill flame from above as they rattle against the top side of that Puma there. What interesting historical authenticity correction for you in chat, Dan. I'm going to do it in his voice.
Oh, I already corrected myself.
Dresden Shuffle. It's a coaxial MG Stormless.
I said immediately as I said it, I corrected it.
It's a coaxial.
Sorry, I can't hear you over these planes, eh?
I'm going to be writing you a letter.
If you please write any comments to Relic official forums.
Please direct all comments to Imperial Dane of the Propaganda Magistoria. It'll be. It's a sub-forum of the official forums if you've spotted any historical authenticity issues in our casting today. Thank you. Very fun. We're having a good laugh. I'm sure VonIvan is, unfortunately, but he'll be back. The one thing about VonIvan is that come back, kid.
Sorry, the stats were looking so great until I went to the points held. Kind of tells the story. You just cycle through them from left to right.
Oh God! Jesus Christ! VonIvan's a trier. He's still in there. He's only got 2 fingers left, but you know, still playing. It's good.
Very decisive from DevM. That means, of course, though, we're very, very likely now to see Talisman versus DevM in the finals. And I have a lot of high hopes for Talisman, but I think that's where he'll be really, really tested. At least he's had a break today. Yesterday he didn't. He played consecutive games.
He did.
And very, very well. Do we really think he's gonna have it better than a better chance than VonIvan though?
Do you know who VonIvan fans truly have to blame for today's match? Can you guess what I'm going to say here?
It's you, so I would just say Helping Hands by default.
No, it's not me. No, not me. That's not right. No, it's Love Nest. When Love Nest decimated DevM last year, it's now made him train harder than ever before, and think, yep, not going to let that happen again. And Love Nest has created a monster, and that's 100% Devon. He's not operating at like 80% anymore as a Co-1 player, OCF champion, blah 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 blah. He's now like, yeah, okay, I'm going to train for 4 months. I'm going to take it fully seriously. I'm going to get to number 1 in every faction. And it's scary, quite frankly. It's not a pretty sight for a lot of players.
Well, what a way to finish that game, just as the last vehicle, the Puma, goes down. DevM winning the series 2-0 against VonIvan, and VonIvan will be back to the drawing board with his mobile defense loadout. Oh, wrong scene. My apologies. There we go. We are back.
Got some sad news. Apparently, Tiny, my sister's chihuahua, was a VonIvan fan, unfortunately. She's always tuning in for a VonIvan stream, and she's in a state of abject depression now. You know, if you... But he'll be back. The good thing about GCS2 is that there's 4 chances, there's 4 tournaments, and there's 8 slots in the final tournament itself. Danny, then?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I'm trying to stop myself from saying something.
What were you trying to say? It's fine. I don't hold back.
No, it's fine. No, it's cool. I'll tell you later. Just remind me. But anyway, yeah. Wow, great series. The semi-finals have been, I would say they've been decisive. There's been 2 clear winners throughout this tournament. Let's have a quick look at the brackets, because I just want to follow the journey that's gone on here. So, DevM versus Spanky 2-0, DevM versus Hooligan 2-0, DevM versus Sidolio 2-0, and finally, as we just see against VonIvan, 2-0. Let's have a look at Talisman. Talisman was 2-0 against CS, 2-1 against Helping Hands, 2-1 against Love Nest. So DevM just annihilating the competition. Does that maybe predict a winner? Well, this is important information, because before we get into the finals, we are of course going to do our giveaways. We have